I'm showing you the iceberg in my slide. Do you all able to see the iceberg in my slide?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You said yes, but actually you have seen only the tip of the iceberg. You said yes, but you have seen only the tip of the iceberg. Same way, when I ask about the failure in any company, people generally see only the tip of the failure. There are majority of the failure they don't see, right? And so they generally think the cost of poor quality is 4 to 5% of the sales. If your company is making a sales for 100 crore, 4 to 5 crores they are losing because of the inefficient and ineffective activities. We call it the failures. Generally, companies believe 4 to 5% of the sales is lost. Do you think they are correct?
No.
They are correct because only that much they have seen. When I asked you, do you see the iceberg? You said yes. But actually, what is that I have shown? I have shown only the tip of the iceberg. The iceberg above the water is only visible to you. Am I right or not?
Yes, yes.
Same way, failure
sir.
also, only certain failure only will be visible in any company. Those failures are nothing but the in-house rejections, warranty claims, because rejection at the customer side, and the repair activities, the rework activities, product recall, all of them are visible failures. But now, coming to the iceberg again, which portion of the iceberg will be larger in size? The visible portion or the invisible portion? What is your opinion?
Invisible
The
portion.
invisible.
If you want to see the invisible portion, you must uncover the water. Now I am uncovering the water. Now the iceberg is completely visible. And as you rightly said, the invisible portion is much more bigger in size than the visible portion. Same will be the logic with respect to the cost of poor quality also. You as a company, you are monitoring only visible failure. But what you have not monitored, there are a lot of things. When you start monitoring all the invisible portion also, you will realize 20 to 45% of your sales is simply burnt burnt in the form of cost of poor quality. These cost of poor quality are nothing but the cost associated with all these things. If you want to understand anything, you can ask me. I have listed it. I simply assume that you are familiar with all the terms. If there is anything you want to understand, please ask me. Please go through that type of failure, and also if you are measuring anything, please let me know. I want to appreciate you for that, because generally companies don't measure all these things. Am I right? Is there anything new here? But this is not the exhaustive list. I am only showing only a sample of failures which company generally don't measure, or company don't think as a failure.
Yes, sir.
Any question to me here? See, you need to ask me a lot of questions. Even when I don't give you any opportunity, you must ask questions. But now I am creating an opportunity. Are you comfortable with all the terms? All are familiar with you?
Sir, what does OEE mean?
Very good question. OEE means overall equipment effectiveness. OEE means overall equipment effectiveness. You can measure OEE for equipment, any equipment. You can measure OEE for any equipment. You can measure OEE for any resource. OEE is derived using 3 metrics. I'll tell you all the 3 metrics. First metric is availability. Second metric is performance. Third metric is quality. When you multiply the 3 metric, the result is OEE. And now tell me, what is availability? What is availability? For example, you purchase the machine. You purchase the machine which is costing 1 crore. Which is costing 1 crore. And now, in a particular month, the machine is available only for 80% of the time. 80 out of every 10 hours, 8 hours the machine is available. 2 hours the machine is under maintenance. Now what is the availability percentage? Can you tell me?
80%.
Yes, 80%.
20
80%.
available.
80, no, 2 hours is maintenance. See, any machine will have some downtime. Am I right? You know, you will be doing some maintenance, or you will be doing, some setup, many things you do. If the machine is not utilized for productive work, it is considered a downtime. It's considered a downtime. And now the availability is only 80%. Why do I say 80%? 20% of the time, the machine is under maintenance. Clear? Availability?
The setup time also will be calculated.
Yes, setup time also. When you are doing the setup, the machine is not available for the productive work. Am I right? We
Yes,
started the training program
Yes,
2 o'clock. But slide preparation, when I prepare the slide after joining the meeting, will you like it?
No.
No. So setup, no. Customer, from the customer point of view, setup time is also failure. You should not take too much time, right? And so machine is available whatever duration of the time the machine is available for productive work, that is considered as availability. If the machine is available for only 8 hours out of every 10 hours, the availability is 80%. And now comes to the performance. What is performance? The machine is supposed to produce 1,000 units every shift. The machine is supposed to produce 1,000 units every shift. But actually, when you run the machine, for some reason, you have produced only 800. The scheduled production is 1,000, but how many you produced? 800.
800.
Now, what is your performance? Performance also 80%.
Yes, sir.
Availability is 80%, performance also 80%. And now quality. Out of the 800 units your machine produced, only 600 are acceptable, 200 are rejected. Now, what is the
60%.
quality percentage?
60%.
75.
75. 60 by 80 is 75. Now there are 3% available with you. Availability is 80%, performance also 80%, quality is 75%. Can you multiply all the three number? 0.8 into 0.8 into 0.75. Can somebody tell me? 0.8 into 0.8 into 0.75. Tell me how much it is.
48%, 0.48.
0.8 into 0.8 into 0.75. Very good. Beautiful. 0.48. That means 48% is the overall equipment effectiveness. Do you understand the scope for improvement? It should have been close to 100%.
Yes, sir.
It should have been close to 100%, but you are utilizing the resource which is worth of 1 crore only 48%. Half of the time it is used for unproductive work. Do you understand?
Oh,
If you are running a company, will you like your people handling your resource in this manner?
No, sir.
Either
No,
they
sir.
use the machine and produce defective item, or they simply keep the machine, not available for production, or they produce, at a lower speed. Definitely you don't like. So when you start using all these metric, there are many invisible failures will become visible to you. Am I right or not? Can I get yes from all of you?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Very important, right? Similarly, do you want to understand any one more term here? Can somebody tell me what is waiting? What is waiting?
If we have to wait for sub parts for production.
Very good.
Waiting time means like in line balancing when we are doing one of the person which is done more, but after that person has not getting the material. That is also waiting time.
Beautiful. See
Also, sir,
here,
like for IQ, like quality assessment, right? Like when we receive the material, the time taken for that quality assessment, like it'll be held in the warehouse for quality assessment. So that also comes under waiting cost.
right. See here, now there are about 24 people here in the meeting. All of us are engaged every single minute, right? All are, I'm doing my work and you are doing your work. The flow is smooth. Flow is smooth.
Smooth.
Suppose if one of you is simply sleeping other side, isn't it? Sleeping, or you are not doing productive work. And because no, you are not getting the input to work on. When I continuously speak, you are getting input continuously. So you are digesting it and you are no taking it inside. So keep everybody equally busy. That is the healthy scenario. Suppose as somebody said, I am waiting for the sub assembly to come from my supplier. Since the sub assembly doesn't come from my supplier, now I am not able to progress my work. I will wait till the item I receive from the supplier. So now that is a waiting loss. There is a loss, your company is incurring because of you waiting. Whether your employee is waiting, or your raw material is waiting, or your machine is waiting. And somebody clearly said, sir, machine balance, line balancing. The previous one machine is taking more time to produce the output. So till that machine produces the output, I cannot start my machine. Why? The output from the previous machine goes as input to my machine. So only when it produces the output, I can take it and feed my machine. Till then, my machine should be in waiting. So whenever your line is in an imbalanced way, the waiting will happen. Waiting is definitely a loss. Unnecessary waiting. For example, if I make you, all of you wait for 10 minutes, how many of you will like it? Wait for 10 minutes and I will speak only after 10 minutes. Then definitely you won't like. Same way, all forms of waiting or waiting activities in your company, your customer don't like. Whether you make the raw material to wait. A raw material arrived and you stored it in warehouse for 10 days. What is this called?
Waiting.
Simply waiting, and nobody bothers about moving the material from there. It is simply waiting. By making your raw material wait for 10 minutes, are you doing any productive work? Any productive result happens? Nothing.
No, sir.
Probably your material will get damaged. Probably your material will get damaged, and during the waiting period, you have to store it. It occupies place. It becomes inventory, and now you have to put storekeeper there. There are a lot of many consequences. So waiting is a waste. Unnecessary motion is a waste. Overproduction is a waste. What is overproduction? Producing more than the required quantity. Producing more than the demand. Customer wants 1,000 units. You have produced 5,000 units. Now what will happen? 1,000 units you will supply. Remaining 4,000 units, what will happen? That will go to your warehouse.
Inventory.
Warehouse, it will be, yes, in the warehouse it will be inventory. And your extra 4,000 will be in our warehouse for next 2 months, and 4,000 out of the 4,000, 400 parts will get damaged. Isn't it? So one waste will cause another waste, isn't it?
Sir, even for that waiting, like two other examples, like either plant fires or like if for like corona shutdown, right? So which has happened in the recent.
Correct.
So many production companies had to shut down their plants due to increase in cases.
Yes. See, that is extraordinary case. Corona shutdown and things beyond your control. That is different. But I am talking about only the things which are within our control. When things are within our control, we must try to avoid overproducing. See, overproducing is not only producing more than the demand. Producing early is also overproduction. Producing early is also overproduction. Delivery should happen in November. Can you produce everything in July itself?
No.
No, sir.
November only, right? So if you have the habit of producing everything earlier than the delivery time, that is also overproduction, right? We don't cook our breakfast on the previous day. We cook our breakfast only in the morning. Am I right?
Yes.
Same way, if you produce early, that is also overproduction. Very dangerous, right? We'll touch all these things while talking about lean again. Hope these things are clear. Any questions here or any doubts here?
Yeah.
So if you don't understand the existence of all these failures, what will happen? All these failures will slowly eat away all your profit. your organization will start, realizing the loss. So don't wait till your organization incurs a loss. No, you have to be awake in the earliest possible time. Try to prevent all the failures, both visible as well as invisible. In the same slide, the iceberg is not visible because of the presence of the water. Can you also can one of you tell me what is the reason all these failures are not visible to you in your company? Here the reason is presence of water. Am I right? It is the water which is hiding the iceberg. What is hiding the failures in your company? Can you tell me, figure out the reason or the factor? Can you make a guess? Come on, tell me whatever you feel, share it.
Not giving a deep.
Companies,
Just not continue, please.
Come again, come
companies,
again.
companies making regularly profit, then these things are ignored.
Oh, company, anyway, company is getting some profit.
No,
Since
no, bigger profit.
oh, company is getting a bigger profit, so they think, this is very marginal. Okay,
No, sir.
that means, the attitude is not towards, the quality. They don't focus on the quality, they focus on the result. Am I right?
Result.
Very good. Very good. Any other point?
Invisible are not measurable, therefore.
Beautiful point. Sir, it is not measurable, sir. Then how can I control it? It is not measurable. You have to make it measurable. You have to make it measurable. Very valid point. Very valid point. I will tell you.
So I have to ask one more thing, that when you explain OE, so what is the performance means? I am not getting it.
Now, who is speaking? Is it Arshit is speaking or someone else is speaking?
So Mayank.
Mayanka, where is Mayank? Mayank. See, all of you, when you are speaking, prefer to come on video. Yeah. Then no, I am also finding it difficult to interact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sorry.
Because simply when I have to listen, then I have to give double attention to what are you speaking. But when I see your face, I quickly understand. Now you tell me, Mayank, you are saying something.
So when you explain OE, then what is
No, your voice is low.
So when you explain OE, what is the meaning of performance there?
Meaning of performance. See, there is always scheduled production, right? Today you have to produce 1,000 units. But do you always meet the scheduled production? No. 1,000 is the schedule. But how many you produced? Only 800. So what is your performance? 80%. Clear?
No.
Good question. Right. So I will share my point. Like how the water is hiding the iceberg here in the slide. The main factor which is hiding the problem is inventory. The main factor which is hiding the problem is inventory. If the inventory is more, problems will be invisible. Problems will be hidden. Because everything, is available in excess. And nobody bothers about the failure. Am I right or not?
Yes.
If everything is available in excess, problem will not immediately become visible. Some material is, you say the raw material is cut wrongly. Do you think that will immediately come to the notice of the manager?
No.
No, they will throw it and take another piece of raw material. Since you gave them an excess inventory, that doesn't come to your knowledge quickly. If there is no excess material not available, what will happen? They have to come to you. Sir, I cut wrongly. Can you get me some more material? Now problem is visible. So the main factor which is hiding the failure is inventory. And keep minimum inventory as minimum as possible. And this philosophy is called just in time. Just in time. Produce when it is required. Procure only when it is required. Zero inventory, zero defects. Zero inventory possible only zero defects. If defects are there, then zero inventory concept will be a failure, right? So, but keeping zero inventory is ideal scenario. Always you will be having some inventory, but make sure your inventory is minimum. I will say inventory is minimum when it is equal to the amount of your replenishment time. What is replenishment time? When I place order, the order will be delivered to me within 2 days. Whenever my order is delivered within 2 days, then my inventory can be for 2 days. Isn't it? Once my inventory becomes 2 days stock, then I will place the order. And now this 2 days will clear and I will get next inventory. So make sure your inventory level is equal to the replenishment time. That is the ideal scenario. Once that happens, try to reduce the replenishment time. Replenishment time is 2 weeks. And now improve your supplier relation network and try to get the delivery within week time. If you get the delivery within a week time, what will happen? Your inventory can be further reduced. If inventory further reduces, the cash flow will flow smoothly for your top management. Isn't it? You are not blocking the money. Hope all of you understand the importance of keeping a low inventory. Done. So some questions now. Prevention and appraisal activities. Both comes under cost of good quality or cost of poor quality.
Cost of good quality.
So do lots of prevention and lots of appraisal activities in your company. Company hired you only for that, right? Do prevention activities and then do appraisal activities. Though there is a cost associated, it is good for your company. Why? When you do more, quality will go high. But you must stop the work the moment you understand you reached the acceptable quality level. Don't go beyond acceptable quality level, because that will again make a negative impact. Longer setup time. Is it an example of good quality or poor quality?
Poor quality.
Poor quality.
Poor quality, right? Right. Like how the formula race competition, they change all the 4 tires within a minute. Same way you make your machine productive in the shortest possible time. Right. So the focus of Six Sigma or Lean Six Sigma